Hi everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
It's Young Lloyd here. I'm here with Out and Proud. On my right I have.
My name is Christian from Cameroon.
Opposite you I have
John Mangeni from Uganda.
Cameroon, Ugandan. And directly in front of me, who do I
You
have?
have Andre Chivuka from Uganda.
From Uganda.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pleased to meet you, everyone. I'm glad you're with us tonight at the Black Experience Camp. I just want to ask, what brings you here tonight? And why are you sharing this experience with the Black Experience?
So, Lloyd, for starters, we had an initial podcast around 2 o'clock, and a similar question to that was asked. But for a recap of our viewers and those who are not there and cannot go back at this time, the reason why we are here, one, is to have that interaction with like-minded people, if I would say, yeah, to socialize, and you know what comes with it.
Yes.
Yeah, the interaction with people who are above you, under you, are on the same level. The takeaways of everybody's story, because every story has a meaning to you, and maybe to the next person, if not to you. So the reason why we are here is to share our experiences, like it is Black experiences. Yeah?
Definitely.
So we are here. Maybe your experience can help me. Maybe mine can help another person. So we come here to pick up the pieces that could be missing in our individual lives through the story of another one, through the interaction with another person. So basically that's why we're here, to grow by listening to others, to have fun beyond, I am home with my family. I am home with my dad. I am home with my uncle. What goes on beyond the family? What goes on beyond your nuclear family?
Wonderful. I love that.
Extension of people with different minds.
I have a question. What does it mean to have a family? How important is it to be a family? And when we talk about the nuclear family, the nuclear family is you born into a family, but tell me what you mean by family.
I'm not talking about father, mother, and brother, sister, but the family where you ground. Yeah. So when you ask me what do you mean by family, I mean that foundation that holds you up every time you go back home, that holds you up when you're down, that builds your mentality before you start a day seeing other people. When you wake up and you greet a person in the house and say good morning and says good morning to you back. I mean, the way you walk out to meet another person, that is family. Because if you have not got right with them, the attitude completely changes, irrespective of you going to meet outside the door. So when you ask me what is family, for me, family, that is the foundation of your life. What kickstarts your day.
Brilliant. Let me hear from somebody else. What does family mean to them?
Okay. Thank you very much, Lloyd. Young Lloyd.
Thank you.
Yeah. To add on what my colleague Andrew has just said,
Yes.
Black Experience, we're here to mainly understand each other as black gay men in the UK. How do we interact? How do we socialize? Unlike back home. Yeah. That one is going to help us to also help other people come up and realize and understand themselves. They'll understand where they are. Yeah. And we have to keep the fire burning. Yeah. Also, it helps us to know more about other people, what they are doing. They're in the UK, yes, but what do they do? How can they help me? And how can I help them in one way or the other? How do we help each other?
How different is UK family life to back home? You mentioned back home and you say it with such conviction. And you sound like you're proud of it.
Okay. When I say Black Experience,
Yes.
UK,
Yes.
like I was telling you, is gay man life in the UK. Is the UK where we are, where someone as a gay man or someone as a man who loves another man can interact freely, can socialize freely without being persecuted. back home in Africa,
Yes.
you'll be persecuted. That's
I
why.
wanna
That's
hear-
why I was saying back home.
Yes.
It's not allowed back home. Say in Africa, in Uganda, my country, for
Yeah,
example,
yeah.
it's not allowed to have sex with a fellow man.
When you say not allowed, can you tell me a bit more about not allowed? Are you not allowed to have a relationship, even though you talk about the difficulties and the challenges, but you can't have any form of relationship?
It's an offense in Africa or in particularly Uganda, my country,
There's laws that say you
to
can't.
have a relationship with a fellow man.
How important is a relationship compared to back home in the UK?
Well,
And that's my question.
yeah, thank you, Lord, for giving me this opportunity. And I think the biggest difference is that you can, back home, you can have an open relationship like you're having here in the UK.
Open relationship, yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Are
how
you
it is.
talking about holding hands?
Yeah.
The open relationship. Holding hands, touching each other, showing each other
Walking
affection.
together on the
Yeah,
street,
you
taking
can.
yourselves out to have a coffee, have an ice cream,
Yeah, you can. You
even attending a party together. You
Yeah,
cannot.
You cannot?
No, you cannot do
You
that.
can, you can.
Even if you're not holding hands, you can't be seen to be. Are you saying to me just by being in the presence of another man, that association with another man is against the law?
It's an offense. You might be in trouble. Yeah.
Wow. When you say in trouble, how do people know that you're together?
Because just the fact that you're just holding another man, that's a problem.
Wow.
That's the problem. Yeah.
So how do you show affection
That's
to each other?
that's what I'm saying. You have to be in closet
In
to
a
live
closet,
that kind
yeah.
of life.
Yeah.
have
But you
to-
know, let me tell
Yeah.
you, Lloyd, it is even worse than that. Before you go into the law and the authority,
Yes.
the
Yeah.
community itself, your family.
And we're talking
itself.
about the extended family now, the community.
We're talking both the nuclear and the extended family. The moment you have try to have an open relationship, you will be treated as an outcast, a person possessed with demons.
Demon, yeah.
You know, you are not normal. Something's wrong with you, and therefore nobody should come near you.
Where do you think this comes from? Because as a person, a gay man, that gay male myself, brought up in the UK, I too have experienced hostility. I have also experienced having to make a decision. My family, when coming out, do I let go of my immediate family and do I go to the other side, which is the gay community? But the gay community in the UK is, as we know, is predominantly white, and there are issues around hostility, rejection within the white community. So for me, as a UK black queer man, I too experience the challenges that I have to make a conscious decision. Which side of the fence do I belong? And when I say which side of the fence,
Yeah.
do I accept hostility from coming from my family, extended family, and my community as a black Caribbean man? Or do I go on the other side of the road, which is the white community, which is predominantly gay, white, but at the same time, I don't belong either other way. So do you see where I'm going? My struggle is equally just as challenging. And despite UK having the laws, put aside the laws, I still have to deal with these types of decisions that makes me question, is it safe in the UK to be a black gay man? And you're saying it appears it is.
Yeah,
But
it
I'm
is,
asking you, do you really feel fundamentally that it's safe to be a gay person in the UK?
To answer you that, the fundamental question, first of all, you raised, your family versus your gay family, if I might say.
Okay, gay family.
We are lucky. Unlike maybe during your time, it was maybe majorly white gay groups. Now we are lucky. We have the black experience. We have Out and Proud. We have quite a number of them going on with the black community. So we are lucky. The issue is, it's not like it's a white community or black community. The issue is who understands you easier or who can relate to you. Because it is black, we come mainly from Africa, the situation is the same. If I come to you and explain to you my situation, possibly you can easily relate. You've been through it, you've seen it. Sometimes what I'm saying, before I even say it, you know it. Yeah? Whereas if I go, maybe during your time it was white, it was far-fetched. You had to, first of all, educate a person, convince him that there's another way of life apart from the life you have here, which was possibly more difficult.
Yeah.
Now, the issue of family back home and family here, literally by the time you choose to say, I'm leaving home and going away, it means it has become difficult for you.
Yeah.
Is that everybody else's shared
That's
experience?
very true.
Yes,
Yeah.
Is
Very,
that
very
agreed
true.
by everyone
Yeah,
else?
definitely. Yeah, that's the main reason we have to leave here.
And when you come here and you meet a group like today we are 4, in most cases, if you come on Saturday, we have 30, 40, 50, yeah? And different people, outgoing, you come first of all with that whole mentality. I cannot say anything, I need to hide, I should not be open. And then you meet out these people, outgoing, happy, having fun, interacting with you, asking what is wrong, can we help? You see, now you get the comfort. What you would have gotten from the family back home, you've gotten it from this family. Definitely, it becomes your family now.
Yeah, in our family. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you saying that out and plan and black experience circles are fundamentally important to our development as black queer men?
Very.
Exactly. Yeah.
Tell me a bit more when you say very. I like that word, very.
Very important.
Very important.
Yes.
We've just
Do we need more of them?
we've just been around the table, the talk we've just had, and you've seen how much was on the table really. You saw how people were willing to listen to you, to help out. When Abby was telling his story,
Yes.
you could see how people were touched. And now you can imagine if another 5 people down the road give the same story, and another 5 people down the road on the other side were touched like that. You see how now the circle, But that impact there needs creation of this kind of space. How do we get people to listen? And how do we get to talk to the people?
Yeah.
Because if I am out there and nobody knows my story or doesn't know who to help and what way to help, it is wasted effort.
Yeah, that's a good point, because initially we didn't have no platform. To give me that platform, but instruct you what to say. Don't talk about UK, talk about Uganda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my passion was to talk about the UK, not Uganda. Yeah, so you realize that if you don't come up with your own platform to represent yourself, you can't go anywhere.
Just joined. Abby's just joined us. And Abby's talking about
Yeah.
the restrictions that is placed upon you
Yep.
when
Yeah.
you're talking about stories.
Yeah.
And I think the importance of Out and Proud and Black Experience is about there's no restriction what you can talk about. We need more platforms that enable us to talk freely about our experiences, because what we're hearing there, without our stories, we don't learn and grow
Very
from
true.
each other.
Very true.
Stories are a form of healing.
Yeah.
Traditionally, as I grew up as a Black Caribbean UK, and I'm still confused as what a man, but
Yeah.
I do hear story of African stories being told, and that's how we educate ourselves through stories. So I think what I'm hearing you're saying, stories are very important.
Yeah.
But there is a challenge where organizations encourage you to tell your story, but then restrict you on what you can.
Yeah,
and
they
cannot talk.
restrict you what to say. And actually, because when we started Out and Proud African LGBTI, there are many organizations which started coming to us and say to us,
Yeah.
do you have the consent from those people? That's why for us, we create such platforms, podcasts, YouTube and all that, so that if someone come and they want to do anything they want to do, let it be.
Are you saying you're allowing that to talk with freely about anything you want to talk
Anything,
about?
as long as it doesn't break the land's law.
Okay.
They are free to
Within
talk about.
reason. I again experienced in my journey as a queer man in the UK very similar challenges. The Black experience has its challenges, and for me, one of the challenges I do is how do we maintain a Black queer space for men, by men, trans men, men who identify as men from African and Caribbean descent. And it's important, and I think what I'm hearing earlier on was said, is about shared experience.
Yeah.
You can relate to, you can identify with, and then
Yeah.
these are the challenges that has shaped the black experience. But now I know Out and Proud has gone through the same challenges, but I know
Yeah.
that we'll get through them. And it's about working together,
Yeah.
believing in the cause, and don't let others come in and want to change it. And I think funders, sponsors
Yeah.
always want to come in and change.
Yeah.
And
And
what we need
twist
to
you,
hold on to
Yeah.
is that this is a space we value,
Yeah.
we need, and it's needed because of the stories and the testimonies by those people who come through.
Yeah.
That's what I want to share.
I mean, because if you let the Home Office fund you, of course, you're not going to criticize them. Yeah. You have to
But
appease them.
most funders, it's not just with any kind of funders, don't
Yeah.
really understand. And I think for me, fundamentally, I think one of the challenges black experience face and will continue to face is a question I'll leave we're all to think about. Why is it important for black men to have a space?
A safe place.
Why is it needed? And we have to explain continuously why it's important, because we have shared experience that ultimately, if this space was open to any other group, it would restrict what we really want to talk about.
Lloyd, if I can say something also, it's just a bit of extension of what you just said. You see, even after, when we go out there in the community, what picture do we portray as the black community? Yeah, it is also part of our growth. Can we see ourselves start to add on to the community? Not seeing us in this picture of he's a black, he's going to steal, he's going to rob, he's going to rape, When we go out there, can we now try to prove these people that you gave us the opportunity and we can demonstrate that we are good people? The forces.
I totally agree with you, and I think I agree with you to a point, and I'd like to add, as black men, we are continuously having to explain the history of why we are perceived as being a certain way. We're not. We believe in who we are,
Yes.
and that's important. Believe in the cause, that's important. You're not going to change the mindset of everybody. We are still going to be labeled as problematic,
Yes.
undeserving, or not deserving. And we should not feel to correct that. What we can do is maintain our focus and our vision
Yes.
for the future. And I
Yes.
think our members, those listeners, will see that we are committed, we are staying on track, and we're not deviating for anything. Stay true to what you want the listeners to believe and accept, rather than trying to be what society
What
wants us
somebody-
to be. And I remember this word, and I leave for tonight with this. What is a gentleman? And I think it's an old colonial word to describe gentle man, because the perception is if you're not gentle, what are you? You're aggressive. So when they use the word gentle,
Yep.
we conform to that idea because we feel we're more accepted. But it's not. It's a word used to describe an opposite. So I just want to leave us tonight with that thought. We need to be who we are,
Yeah.
authentic in who we are.
Yes.
And
If I want
believe
to
in
add
what
something,
we
I
are.
would say we should not be judged based on our sexuality.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how we say it. Yeah. Or the person itself. Yeah. That's how we add it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. Catch
Tune
up.
in more for later on.
Tune in more for later on.
Maybe before we go,
Yes.
I just want the viewers and the listeners to know how packed our day has been.
Okay.
Just to have a feel.
recap. You wanna
We've
recap?
spent a day here.
Snapchat.
What are these guys? Because I'm sure they are seeing photos and they are thinking, what are these guys up to? Where are they? So our viewers, just for a quick catch up with you, we've spent the day.
Someone learning to ride a bike.
Exactly.
Someone learning to be in a canoe.
A canoe.
Oh, that you. We've
watched
watched a
a
movie.
movie,
We
yeah.
watched a movie, American movie. We talk about that.
We have a life experience, a very good one. Yeah.
Had good food.
Yeah, nice
Yes.
food. Yeah,
See?
the food is
we
good.
still learning from each other, and I still
Yeah.
haven't met everybody so far.
Yes.
We've got 30 people here, 25 to 30 people here this
Yeah.
weekend, and I haven't even spoken to half yet. And I'm still looking forward to another day of finding out from others what brings them here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for me. Anybody else want to recap on what's been going on today?
Well, anybody else? Yeah. So for our viewers, you can imagine. Yeah. If you are 30 people and a day flies by, you've not even met half of them, you know.
That's true.
But the stories and the
Incredible.
events that you've gone through during the day have taken all that time
Yeah.
and non-stop, back to back. But you can't even stop because it is exciting to exciting to exciting.
Very
So
interesting.
yeah, basically that has been our day today.
Gentlemen are coming again.
So let's see how
Yeah.
we close it and start another day.
Well, we're gonna close and start another day with what do we have? The bull
The camels.
making noise. We had a donkey. We had sheep making noise in the night. Yeah. Looking forward to hearing more noises in the night.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I had a good time.
What did you do?
Clapping.
He turned.
That's
that
not
one.
clapping.
It's still
Clapping
recording.
is here.
Yes. Clap. Okay, you're clapping. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe,
Yes.
like, and
Press notification button.
press the notification button. So every time we post something,
You'll be aware.
you'll be aware of it.
Okay.
Adios.
Get my shawl.